嫁さん嬉しいかも。
Very nice.
No.
If you're a new or returning viewer, welcome. I'm Stephen. This week's video is all about the Japanese Ume Plums. Hope you enjoy. Subscribe and give us a like if you wish. We appreciate all your support. My wife Yumi headed out early to pick up a special delivery of green plums, or Aoume as they're called in Japanese. Living on a remote island, it usually takes a few days for deliveries to arrive. So instead of ordering ripe ones, she always chooses firmer green plums that travel better. She ordered 10 kilograms from a producer called Umeboshi. We tried their plums last year and were very impressed with the quality, so pre-ordered well in advance this time. Yumi's going to use her freshly delivered plums to make Umeshu plum liqueur, plum syrup, and a little later on, Umeboshi salted plums. She starts by sorting them based on size, ripeness, and any visible damage. Today she'll use the firmer green ones to make the Umeshu and syrup. The rest will be left to ripen further in a cool, shaded spot away from the sunlight. Similar to last year, it seems like this season will be another tough one for plum farmers in Japan. Some regions were hit hard by hailstorms, and there's other reasons too. So this year's harvest is expected to be below average again. For companies that make things like Umeboshi salted plums and Umeshu plum liqueur, 2 years in a row of poor harvests could mean a serious shortage of ingredients. If the situation continues, more companies may start turning to imported plums rather than Japanese ones. But once a shift like that begins, it's difficult to go back, and traditional plum growing regions could face even more hardship. We really hope Japan's plum culture, which has been passed down for generations, can continue to thrive into the future. Gosh, I've already said the word plum enough times. So with the help from our daughter Mia, they start by gently washing the plums and removing the stems one by one. This isn't Mia's first rodeo, so she's already pretty good at it. While we were out taking the dog for a walk, Yumi begins preparing her homemade umeshu using brandy and brown sugar. We enjoyed the taste last year of using brandy as the alcohol base, so we'll stick with that method this time. For every 1 kilogram of green plums, she adds 600 grams of brown sugar and 1.8 liters of brandy. It'll be ready to try in about 3 months, but tastes a whole lot better if you give it a year to mature. Waiting, that's the problem, but we'll try to abstain. Now for that plum syrup, which of course everyone can enjoy.
何してんの？何してんの？そんな OK 食べたら、そんな OK 食べたらさ、分量変わるやん。どうする？
Brown sugar again for this one. Mia can hardly wait and is already imagining how it'll taste. They take turns layering the green plums and sugar into a large glass jar.
もう一個食べよう。もうダメ。ねえ、ママ助けて。
Once sealed, the jar needs to be gently shaken each day. In about 2 to 3 weeks, a sweet and tangy syrup will be ready to try. A little glass of Yumi's homemade kind of sports drink will have to do for now. It's a simple mix of ume vinegar, sugar and water. A little sour, a little sweet, but Mia loves it.
だけど美味しい。
Beautiful sunny weather is always welcome during the rainy season. Gives us a good chance to air out the futons and things like that. Yumi can also dry out some more of the umeboshi she made last year. We still have some left. Whenever we make umeboshi, we also keep and use the ume vinegar in a variety of ways. It's super versatile. The plums which were left to ripen have now turned a nice yellow color, just right for making umeboshi. For the past few days, the whole house has been filled with the sweet aroma of ripening ume. Quite pleasant, really. We always use natural salt for our umeboshi. We tend to buy it in bulk because it's more cost effective, so there's plenty to use. This year we'll use 3 of our favorite types for the salted plums. 2 being from Okinawa, where we lived before, and the salt actually comes from the area we used to surf around all the time. We're not big fans of the sweet umeboshi sold in supermarkets these days. We prefer the simple traditional style of Ume Plums with a mix of 18% salt and some shiso perilla leaf. Yumi's been making her own for a few years now. Last year she actually learned a method which uses ume vinegar to pickle the plums. It worked well, so she'll use the same technique for more than half of this year's batch. When it's done, the umeboshi turn out soft, juicy and full of flavor. We managed to enjoy a surf in the afternoon sunshine before heading to the local supermarket to pick up a few things for dinner. Back at home, and the ladies picked some shiso perilla leaf from our farm to use with dinner. They're coming in nicely now.
2つの手で。はい。これを。
Then it was time to make some more umeboshi with Mia, using the other part of the batch she put aside. This is the more traditional method which Yumi learned from her father when she was young and has been doing it ever since. First, they remove the stems and gently wash the plums. Then carefully dry each one to remove any moisture. Next, they layer the plums and salt into the jar. They also put a bit of salt at the point where they remove the stem to prevent the plum from going bad. Yumi wonders if more families in Japan could do things like make umeboshi with their kids. This wonderful tradition could keep going for many, many more generations to come. Making umeboshi with her own daughter on a warm sunny evening is one of those special little moments to treasure. Once everything's in, they add some weight on top. The few small rocks we picked up from the beach will do just fine. Steamed fish and vegetables for dinner tonight. Actually, we made something similar in our last video. It is one of our sort of go-to meals because it's simple, healthy, and you can easily change up the ingredients depending on what you have. After adding some garlic oil to the foil wraps, Yumi first steamed some onion, shironegi spring onions, and potatoes, which take a bit more time. She then added some carrot, fish, and mushroom. Then towards the end, some tomato, miso, and something really tasty, a cheese and umeboshi mix. Finally, some of our perilla leaf on top, and there you go. A delicious dinner indeed.
Wow, thank you, honey.
I think.
Bream.
What do you think? Have you tried something similar? Or what foods have you been enjoying recently?
This one, ume and cheese is quite nice, don't it?
Very nice.
No, 美味しいよね。
feel free to drop us a comment below. We'd love to hear from you.
これうまい。
美味しい？
食ってよかった。I love eating vegetables.
You love eating vegetables. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you'd like, and we'll see you next time.